I'm on now? Okay. I'm John Ballard, and I'm going to be talking to you about school choice or the federal and state and local voucher systems. Uh, we as Christians know what the Bible says in Proverbs 22:6, where it says to train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. It is our duty as Christians to train our children in religious education, not just to get better jobs, but to also continue the faith of Christianity. I want to inform you on trying to I want to persuade you in being advocates for school choice. What I'm trying to talk to you about is being a school choice advocate. Today we live in a country where 10% of our students, out of all the students in America, go to private schools, yet only about 13 states, including the District of Columbia, actually has any type of federal voucher systems, and the system is set up only for children that are in poverty situations or they're in handicap situations. Yet kids that are stuck in a failing school system where a private school maybe not even close, they're stuck in a failing school system. Today's public schools are far behind our private schools in providing good quality education. Growing up, I attended a public school up through grade 7 and a public school to graduation. And I have a certain bit of knowledge when it comes to that, because just from the difference of being at a private school and a public school, one, I had religious freedom at the private school that I wasn't able to express at the public school, and two, the education was far harder, and I actually fell behind a little bit and had to catch up because I wasn't used to the amount of work that was involved. America has failed to provide the kind of education that all Americans want. America is considered the richest country in the world, and yet we're 17th in the world as far as our education goes. Many studies have shown that our students at private schools are doing better in reading and math, and yet some of these others, when they throw in the thought of family income, ethnicity, proficiency of language, our teaching staff's ability, then it tends to come out normal, about the same. But yet, statistically, the National Center of Education Statistics between 4th, 8th, and 12th graders nationally have shown that not only is private school education better in reading and math, but it's also better in writing, history, geography, civics, and science. So what I'm saying is that our students are falling way behind, and yet, yes, you can use statistics by saying that they're biased toward ethnicity, low income, and things of that nature. But in reality, the numbers don't lie. America has struggled to provide freedom and safety to our students that all Americans deserve. In the fall of 2013, there were 5.1 million students attending public schools in comparison to the 5.2 million going to private schools. And yet, in these schools, public schools, the Supreme Court's ruled that we can't even pray at a school outing, and we can't pray at graduations, and they're no longer allowed to have any kind of religious expression of faith, whether it's the Ten Commandments or what. Yet even a then student that was a second grader in New Jersey was told she couldn't even sing Awesome God at an after-school event because she was at a public school. And yet, we don't allow them religious freedom, and now instead of not even giving them religious freedom, we're not even protecting our children. There's been school shootings left and right, and yet public schools only have about 3.3 law officers, in comparison to the 4.7 law officers to 1,000 students in private schools. There's 33,366 private schools in America, and yet from pre-K to 12th grade, 80% of those private schools are religious, and 86% of those private schools only enroll 300 or less. We are in major trouble, and the Department of Justice is even fighting against this. They have filed lawsuits against private school vouchers. Yet in conclusion, our government's failing to provide the education system that our students deserve.